Hey guys, before this episode of Revenge of the Sequel, the podcast about sequels, I just want to let you know of a new podcast coming out on the Dolphin Pod Network. It's called Countdown to Infinity. It's an Avengers podcast, and this is how it works. We're going to watch every Marvel movie in order, starting from Iron Man, and it ends in May with the release of the Avengers Infinity Wars movie. Exciting stuff. So, if you want to get caught up, if you want to get hyped for the new Marvel movie, find this podcast. It is called Countdown to Infinity. It'll be on iTunes, Stitcher, everywhere you can get your podcast. You can go to delphinpod.com or facebook.com/delphinpod to learn more. And we're giving stuff away every single week. So find Countdown to Infinity, subscribe to it, and download it, baby.
But their story didn't end there.
How could there have been only one? And he's back in business.
Is the worst idea in history of bad ideas.
Part 2 is the final chapter in the violent history.
This time, it's personal.
Welcome to this week's episode of Revenge of the Sequel, the podcast just about sequels. And this is a super special episode. It's so special.
So special.
It's so special.
How is it? Why is it so special?
I'm your host, Emmanuel. John is not here with me,
R.I.P.
so I am so sad right now. I'm crying.
Our hearts are broken.
I'm in between a Kleenex, wiping my eyes with Kleenex, and wiping my nose with Kleenex, and wiping my butt with Kleenex, because that's how sad I am. But don't be afraid. Why?
Don't fret.
Why would people be afraid that?
Oh my God,
it's only
John's not
me?
here.
Don't be scared. We do have a guest with us this week, and it's none other than my backup,
my side piece,
my side piece to my main piece, my main hoe, my girlfriend Sophia.
Hello.
She's been on a couple podcasts before, so it's a real treat to have her here.
Aww.
And I will say it's a real treat not to have to clean up for
John.
Other hosts or other guests. I'm in my pajamas, picking my balls. And it's real chill. It's just real chill.
Yeah.
This is also a special episode because we had an early access to a sequel some people are really anticipating.
Yes.
It was
like the VIP treatment, man.
Yeah. Thanks to Amazon Prime, not a sponsor of the pod.
Thanks,
but
Amazon, though.
If
you want to be a sponsor of the pod.
They let us watch a really hotly anticipated movie, and that movie was Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
Super excited to talk about it.
It was so good.
It was so good.
So much better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because I've been kind of over The Rock and Kevin Hart in their movies together.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is actually really, really great.
And so let's talk about the first Jumanji.
Okay.
It came out in I'll let you guess.
I know it was before I was born, right?
Oh, well, let me see.
I was born in 1995, so
okay,
everyone knows my age now.
Guess when it came out.
I'm gonna say 96.
Okay.
Or
it was after you were born.
Really? It was either like 96, no later than 98, I think.
You ready?
Yeah.
December 15th, 1995.
My birthday's in May, everyone.
You just were born. This could have been your parents.
I was 4 months old.
Left you at home to watch this movie in the theaters. Left me with the sitter
or something. Probably my grandma. Hey, Mom.
Possible. You gotta find out.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys leave me at home when I was a baby to watch
So, of
Jumanji?
course, the magical Robin Williams was in this movie.
Yeah, Robin Williams,
OG.
Kirsten Dunst. I don't know if you remember, but she was the little girl in this movie.
I remember her.
David Allen Greer, Bonnie Hunt.
I would never think of them as a couple, but I really like their chemistry in the movie, actually.
Interesting
choices.
The director of this movie made Captain America, the first Avenger. Yeah. Joe Johnson. But yeah, I loved the first Jumanji movie.
Oh my God, yeah.
It scared me more than it made me. It was a scary movie.
It scared me when I first saw it because obviously I was a tiny little kid.
We were kids.
Yeah, I was 4 months old, so.
And I was older than that. Yeah. Guys, I'm not a weirdo, okay?
Yeah,
but
he's
I was
just like 35,
much older than her. in 1995.
No, but I mean, I know I was in elementary school because my dad loved showing me a bunch of movies that I wasn't supposed to watch.
This
That
movie
he
was
knew would scare me.
PG-13 for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I was way under 13 years old when I saw this.
I'm trying to
but-
remember the first movie. I remember the scariest part for me were the
monkeys?
mosquitoes.
Oh,
Do you remember the mosquitoes?
don't remember.
There
the
were mosquitoes that
Is
came
that
out
the
of
beginning?
Jumanji. No, and they were humongous.
I don't remember that.
And they like sucked.
I know that there
we need to
was-
watch this movie tonight.
I know that there. I know we probably should have watched the original before the podcast, but I remember there being giant spiders.
There were
That
giant spiders because I think there was a really cool scene with them and mirrors.
Yeah, up in
Mhm.
the attic. That was cool.
But the lion,
love
that's a
the lion.
classic. The
Yeah, I
lion,
loved
and
it.
they're hanging on the chandelier trying to get
Mhm,
away.
mhm, mhm.
That's
and then that's
classic.
when Robin Williams pops up, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then there's the stampede. That's like the
I love
biggest
the
thing.
monkeys scared the shit out of me
Oh, the
because there were
monkeys were
so many
scary.
of them, and then they just followed them throughout the entire movie.
And they're
it was just like
troublemakers.
a
They're not good
yeah,
monkeys.
yeah. They were in the kitchen. They were fucking everywhere. So the monkeys really freaked me out. But as a kid, I loved animals. Even now, I love animals. So I was super excited to see all these animals, and then it was like a fucking plot twist because then they would just start.
They were not good
fucking
animals.
shit up, yeah.
No, they
I
were
was like, oh
horrible.
my god.
They were ruining the house, and they
Yeah.
got out of the house. Like they were
Mhm.
killing people
Yeah,
in
they
the
straight
town.
up went into that store and shit. Yeah, yeah,
Ugh.
they're just everywhere.
And there was a hunter.
Do you remember the tree branches that would just like grab
Oh,
people
yeah.
and shit? That
Yeah.
was insane. They
Well,
grabbed that cop car, I think, right? That African American cop car. You just kind of pulled over to the side.
Wait,
I
the
forgot
car was
why.
African American?
No, the cop, the guy that tried to help them.
Well, so this movie seemed like it was one of the earlier to use CGI, but I feel like they used a lot of real
definitely.
animals too.
No, I don't think they were
Okay.
real animals. No,
Well,
there
at
was,
some-
there was no
The
real
monkeys could have been
animals.
real.
No, they were. Do you not remember how it looks? I remember how it looks
I have to remember how it
vividly.
goes.
Like it was so.
I thought it was impressive.
So bad.
I thought
No.
like, wow, how did they get these
No,
animals?
no. If
How
we
did they
watch
get
it
this
again-
stampede?
When we watch it again, you'll see. It's
Oh,
not.
no.
It's not that great. No.
Well, so that was literally your age. That's how
Mhm.
long ago this movie
22
came out.
22 years ago.
22 years ago.
Wow.
And I was scared when I heard they were going to redo it because I knew they
Mhm.
were going to remake the
Mhm.
Jumanji movie
Yeah.
or reboot it because I thought that it was going to be so overdone. Because the cool thing about Jumanji, crazy, but it was the first time you saw something like that.
Yeah.
But we've seen so many movies based on even board games like Ouija,
Mm-hmm.
and we've seen animals a ton already attacking
Yeah.
people. There's a whole CBS show about animals attacking people. I think it's called Animal.
When animals attack or something crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what I was afraid of was one that they were just redoing it to begin with. Like the first one was just such a
So
classic.
good, Robin
and-
Williams.
Yeah, and there's times like with I mean, I love Disney movies, but like the Cinderella remake was terrible.
Yeah.
And like just Alice, those sort of movies were kind
Alice
of
in
not all
Wonderland?
that great. I mean, the live action Alice, I mean.
Okay.
Like the second one. What is it? Alice Through the Looking
Through
Glass?
the Looking Glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't all that great. But I mean, I wasn't really blown away by the first Alice movie anyways.
Yeah.
But like there's a bunch of situations where they redo movies and they're just not all that great. Also,
Yeah.
I was not sold on the idea of it being in a video game. I was like, "Oh my god, this is going to be so stupid and it's just not going to be what my imagination wants it to be." Like
Yeah.
I just thought they were going to just butcher it.
This movie kind of flew under the radar. There wasn't a ton of hype around this
No,
movie.
there was not. I think that's what also scared me too. Is that the trailers or like the little sneak peeks, it wasn't
Yeah.
all that
But I think it-
convincing.
I think it ended up being good for the movie
Oh,
because can you
yeah.
imagine if
Yeah.
there were a lot of people following this movie like people follow Star Wars or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
But this movie was definitely Jumanji was really one of those movies from the 90s that
Yeah.
everyone remembers hopefully.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's a classic.
So let's talk about this movie. You
Okay.
got The Rock.
You got The Rock. You got, of course, Kevin Hart.
You got Kevin Hart.
hmm You got what's the redhead's name? I feel like I've seen
Karen-
her before, but I don't remember
So
where
Karen
I've seen
Gillan, I love Doctor Who.
Oh, that's
her-
where it is.
And she
Uh-huh.
plays Amy Pond
Yep.
in the best Doctor Who season ever with her and Rory. God, they fall in love.
her. Wait, I can see your boner from here. Can you not?
Oh, Doctor Who. Oh, the TARDIS. Oh, Daleks. But she more famously is known probably for Guardians of the Galaxy as being Nebula, the blue girl.
Oh, okay. See,
She was
that
also in
obviously
Oculus.
I don't recognize her, but
Do you
now
remember
it's making
Oculus?
sense from the voice. No, I've never seen
It's
Oculus.
I think I don't know if we watched it together, but it was
I
with
just said I didn't. I just
with
said
the
I didn't see
mirrors. It was
it.
kind of
No.
weird, but it was about mirrors.
No, wrong girl. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
But but she is definitely up and coming. I
Yeah.
mean, she's gonna be in Avengers because she's Nebula.
Yeah,
So and her
right.
dad is
Right.
Thanos.
I mean,
but-
also Guardians is just a successful movie.
and how did we
to begin
forget
with.
Jack Black also is in
Yeah.
this
Well, I
movie?
wasn't done listing
Okay,
characters.
right.
We were
okay,
just
go.
talking about her.
And okay,
Jack Black.
Wow.
I mean, I
Jack
haven't
Black.
seen Jack Black since like what? School of Rock. I mean, when was it? What was the last
Oh
thing
my
he was
gosh.
in?
All right,
Just kidding.
a ton of things.
Just
But
kidding.
yeah, Jack Black is in
I
this
mean,
movie too.
he's so great, and I'm so glad that he was in this movie. He
Yeah.
was probably my favorite character throughout this entire movie.
Yeah.
He was just so funny, just classic Jack Black. He
And let's-
totally distracted the modern comedy of Kevin Hart and The Rock.
So this is spoiler free. We're not going to ruin anything in this movie because there's
Mhm.
not a ton. It's not.
It's Jumanji. So.
Yeah, there's not a huge twist. In the
we know
movie.
how it ends. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this movie brought a lot of really great talent
right.
to the screen. But here's what happens. And this is the thing you were scared of.
What?
Jumanji is a board game,
Mm-hmm.
but we learn in this movie
Oh
that
yeah,
it
that
can
it's a
adapt.
yeah.
to
So
things.
that was kind of iffy for me. I'm still
It's
on
the
the
whole
fence
premise.
about how
it's the
I
whole
feel about
thing
that.
of this thing. But
Yeah.
it evolves from a board game to a video game.
Just because the kid puts the board game on top or in front of the video game console.
Well, there
That's it.
were a couple shots where it looks like, I know it doesn't have eyes. It looks like the board game is looking.
That's what I'm
at
saying.
him
Like
play.
it's just because he sat
He's
it in
watching
front
him.
of it, he
Yeah.
was like, it's like the board game was like, oh okay, people are using
Huh.
technology now.
This is what I gotta
Maybe
do.
I should yeah, like and it was really
Interesting.
I don't know. I feel like they could have done something more than just that,
Yeah.
but I mean, I guess that was like probably the easiest thing to do. And I
But
don't
once you
know.
get over that fact,
yeah, it's really cool.
you're in a funny movie. It's
Yeah.
a body switch movie. It's kind of weird because we
It's-
listed all these great characters
oh my God,
or
it's
actors,
hilarious. Yeah,
but they're not the main characters really. It's
Yeah.
about these kids in high school,
yeah,
kind of stereotypical, archetypal kids who are
Mhm.
the jock, the nerd, the
the pretty girl,
pretty girl, the
Mhm.
nerd.
the
girl nerd.
nerd.
And they are transported into this game where they
Mhm, mhm.
are other
right,
kinds of people.
right.
And that's when it becomes kind of a cool, like, it's actually kind of like the Breakfast Club a
And,
little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it really reflects the personalities that they haven't quite identified with yet, because it's kind of like they turn into the exact opposite of who they actually are
Yeah.
outside of the game. Like
So
the
the nerd
Rock's
is-
character
yeah,
is the
The
actual
Rock.
nerdy guy, and then Kevin Hart's character is this like 6 foot plus tall
Football player who becomes
yeah.
this tiny,
And
funny
then
dude.
Ruby Roundhouse, who's the badass chick from all the trailers, the pretty redhead from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
She's actually the
Oh,
nerdy.
Doctor Who.
Okay, she's actually the nerdy girl in real life,
Yeah.
and Jack Black, who looks like
funniest.
Jack Black, yeah, who's a really funny guy, is actually this beautiful, or supposed to be this beautiful girl in high school who's like uber popular. She takes selfies every 5 seconds. And
Yeah.
she's like all into herself.
And I gotta say, Jack Black takes a lot of the scenes in this movie. He
Seriously,
is
he
so
was my
hilarious.
favorite. He was so funny. It was so refreshing to have him back in the game. Like it was.
I can't
oh,
imagine
so
how
cool.
fun it is to be on the set. So the guy that made this movie, his name is Jacob Kasdan. His dad, it's going to be insane.
Mhm.
His dad's name is Lawrence Kasdan. He's the guy that wrote the Star Wars movies.
Whoa!
T-dubs, yeah.
Wow!
And he's in charge of writing the new ones too. But the last big thing that this guy made, at least that I've seen, is Bad Teacher and Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story. So he's
I've
made a
never
bunch
seen,
of comedies.
I've never seen the second one, but I've seen Bad Teacher with Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Cameron Diaz.
Really
God,
funny.
I love her.
So this movie is a comedy, just so you know.
Oh God,
It's a
yeah.
comedy. There's action in it,
Mhm.
but I think it's
Oh my God! So I was so impressed with the action. All the fight
Yeah.
scenes was like, whoa!
what was
Whoa.
really cool, and it's really
And
easy.
it's like fist fighting. It's not like action like now where you just blow shit up and there's a bunch of guns everywhere.
there are no Transformers in this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will say that the story of this film is a little. It's way easier to follow because it's a video game, and in a video
Mhm,
game you
mhm.
have set
Levels,
goals
yeah.
and levels, and I think it plays well in the movie because they're in a video game.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's not something where it's too difficult. There are some pretty cool twists and character development. Another character we
Yeah.
haven't even talked about.
My favorite.
Nicky
Oh
Jonas.
my God, Nick Jonas pops up in this movie.
Little
I
baby
was
Nick.
so excited
Little
to see him.
diabetes Nick.
Whenever he entered the scene, or
Yeah.
whenever it was his scene, you heard like all the girls just like,
Yeah.
oh.
And he actually almost falls into the Robin Williams character. Because remember, Robin Williams, when as a kid, goes into the Jumanji game.
He does.
And he's been in there forever.
That's literally the character. That's
and
literally
Nick Jonas's character.
Nick Jonas's character.
Yeah.
He's obviously been in the game the longest.
Yeah, since the 90s.
And since the 90s. And well, I guess that's when the first one was released, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom,
since
right
the
away.
Boom. Yeah, connected.
You're
But,
right, because the first movie, oh my God, I believe, we got to look this up. I believe the first movie ends with it on a beach.
Yes.
And this movie starts with
Yes.
it on
Mhm.
the beach. So
Yes.
literally the next day,
Yeah.
someone
Literally,
finds it
when
already.
somebody picks it up. Yeah. Mhm.
Whoa.
Yeah, because don't they throw it, right? In the original
Yes.
Jumanji, don't they throw
Yeah.
it into the ocean or something?
Yeah. This
Right.
isn't spoiler free anymore, I don't think. Do we
What?
spoil anything yet? No,
No.
not really. No.
No.
Look it up. This is all online.
But yeah, so Nick Jonas is in it, and he was basically Robin Williams' character. I mean, he just took over. He's been in the video game the longest,
Yeah.
and so he knows how it plays out and stuff. And so obviously they all have to work together as a team since there's now multiple players
Yeah.
in a video game. And
And Jumanji's there's like a backstory to the villain because it's a game and there is a villain.
yeah. So now that it's a video game, it literally plays out like the intro of any video
Yeah.
game would back in the day.
Normal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what is interesting is this isn't really focused on animals as much as the first one. It's really focused on the team.
That's what I was kind of disappointed
And
at. I mean, there's
there are animals.
because I mean it's a jungle,
Yeah,
so there are going to be a lot of animals, but not as
but
many
it
as I
is
wanted
it's
to see.
all in a
honestly.
context of a game.
Yeah.
Not like the first time where it was just, oh, you just rolled on monkeys. Here's a ton of monkeys, and they just do whatever they
Also-
want.
Yeah. Also, there's no riddles in this one.
Not as many.
No, there's no riddles.
There's the jaguar riddle. You have to
Oh
climb.
yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
But
So there are some riddles, okay? Don't for the fans who love
but
riddles.
It's not based on like everyone's turn. Nobody
Yeah.
takes turns because it's just a video
It's
game.
just a video
so they
game,
all
yeah.
just have to work together
It's
to
very
try
different.
to. Yeah.
It's really updated,
I feel
and
like-
it's not chaotic at all. Like
No,
the
no,
first
no, no,
movie
no.
was just chaos because
Yeah.
there's a lion out there
Mhm.
now. Good luck.
Well, I guess because with what I'm saying is with the riddles in the first one, you had to figure the riddle out as you went
Oh,
along. But
yeah.
with this video game, it's just the one riddle because it's a video game, so
No.
you just get one goal and that's
there
it.
are there's riddles all the time. With the snake.
Oh,
with
I
the
see. Yeah,
elephant.
yeah.
There's riddle. There's a
Well,
lot of riddles.
There's just two.
There's plenty. I don't want to say them all because this will ruin it.
I feel like there's just two. It's just that one,
Okay,
and then
there are a lot of riddles.
no,
There are a lot of riddles.
no. You know what there is?
You know what, guys?
though,
Go watch this movie. Write down
on-
how many riddles, and then what's your Twitter? I'm just
on
kidding. Tweeter.
on the thing that Jack Black can see. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That doesn't count as riddles.
Oh, come on.
It doesn't. It doesn't
All right,
count.
fine. There's plenty of other riddles.
No, there's just two other than that one.
All right. Listen, you're like the riddle police. Her favorite movie is like Seven or something where there's riddles everywhere. And she's like, whoa, what's happening? What's going on? But yeah, so what's really cool is this movie is like a teen movie. They're almost kids who are growing up
They
and
are
figuring
kids.
out who they are.
Yeah.
But what's so funny is they're just Jack Black. They're not like kids.
Yeah, it's really it's hard to explain without
Yeah.
butchering it.
There's a hilarious
It's just
part.
so
There's a
funny.
hilarious running joke of Jack Black, who is the pretty girl,
Mhm.
figuring out how to or learning about her penis
Oh my god,
a
that
couple times.
that is so. Oh my, that was.
It's so funny.
That's why I'm saying Jack Black had like all the good
Yeah.
humor in this.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was
there's the
flirting. He was
there's
so
the
good.
there's the regular humor that we're used to now with Kevin Hart being little and him owning that
yeah,
segment just
yeah.
because he's small compared to The Rock. And like they of course go back and forth because that's what
Yeah.
everybody's used to seeing. Like in their other movies, Central Intelligence, that's all that they would fucking
But they're
do.
almost making fun of themselves because The Rock keeps doing these sexy looks or these
Mhm.
smoldering looks.
Yeah.
that he does in every other movie, but they
Yeah.
actually draw attention to it this movie and say this
Yeah.
is a joke. Like
Yeah.
it's one of his superpowers or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, Jack Black, he had so many good ones.
Yeah.
He's definitely my favorite.
Well, yeah, this movie packed with action, great
Super
comedic
packed.
sequences.
Yep. It's a great family movie too. It's humor that like everybody can enjoy. It's not too inappropriate for kids.
Although
It's
I will
like-
say in the theater that we were at, there was a penis joke, and a kid was like, "What's funny? What's everyone laughing at?" And I was like, "Oh boy, what if I turned around and I was like, his penis? That's what was funny."
Dead of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really funny. I really was surprised by this movie. I did not think that I would enjoy it as
Sleeper
much as
hit.
I did.
Yeah, and it's coming
Yeah.
out December 20th.
Yep.
Coming out for Christmas. Now it is going up against
A lot of good
Star
movies.
Wars.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it does. But I will say that it's probably going to end up being more family friendly than Star Wars is.
Yeah.
So you can take kids; they're
Well,
going
it's
to
a
really enjoy
comedy.
it. Yeah. But cool, guys. This was a really quick, fast, fun episode of Revenge of the Sequel, the podcast about sequels. Don't forget to go to facebook.com/DelphinPod, like all the stuff, go to revengeofthesequel.com, and then also listen to our new podcast, Countdown to Infinity, when it comes out next year. Sophia, do you have anything to plug? You want to?
No, just my Twitter. It's at _simply Sophie, SOFIEE. And then of course Delphin Pod, facebook.com/Delphin Pod, DELFINPOD. And then just keep subscribing,
things are
keep
coming.
listening. Yeah, I'm super excited for Countdown to Infinity.
Yeah.
Because I've seen all the behind the scenes stuff already, and I'm
Mm.
super stoked with all the giveaways
Oh, we're giving
and
so much
everything
stuff
that
away.
you're going to talk about.
Ugh.
And I might be on some of those episodes, so you
excited.
guys can hear my angel voice. And
The reason why
You
we
know,
did it
just
was
so-
because we were
I'm just
watching
so
them.
excited.
Right, so I'm excited for that. Cool.
Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great year.
All right, babies.
Okay, bye guys.